incredibly exciting, absolutely brilliant. I wish I could see any of you. I'm feathers, so that's brilliant.
Matt, Karen, Arthur, look at this. This is great. I don't know if you heard that. There were people from Australia here, there were people from the United States of America here. To be here today.
Yeah, thank you so much for making the trip. I hope you have a nice day. It's all things Doctor Who. So, yeah, it is. Wow, look at all these lights.
I know, it looks really cool.
Everyone's got a light. I know. Why not the orange ones best? Yeah. Anyway.
Let's start with you then, Caroline. What's your earliest Doctor Who memory?
My first ever Doctor Who memory? Well, I think it was probably being forced to watch loads and loads and loads of Tom Baker episodes with my dad, who, when I was little, I think when I was 7, there was still 1 or 2 really bonkers Sylvester McCoys on TV, but my dad was absolutely obsessed with ghost stories and sci-fi, so I got sat down and I watched them all.
Stephen?
I remember complaining to my father about, where's Doctor Who? He's not in it anymore. He said, no, that's Doctor Who. Of course, they had Patrick Troughton just taken over. And I remember just saying, no, it can't be, he's far too young.
Arthur, what about you? What's your earliest? Who can you remember?
I remember being in my nan's house, Doreen, and she watching some Sylvester McCoy episode. But then, obviously, I remember when I was growing up, it wasn't really on.
No.
But then it's almost kind of part of kind of the kind of British culture. So there's so many references to it. It's kind of I knew about it even now.
Even though it wasn't on TV.
Yeah, that was exactly the same for me. So I knew that the Doctor wore a scarf at one point, and I knew what a Dalek was, but I'd never actually watched an episode of it. So the first episode that I watched would have been Christopher Eccleston and Billy Piper together.
Matt, what about you?
I remember being very young, and again, it wasn't on the television because I'm 29, like Arthur, but I do remember a Dalek chasing, it must have been Hartnell because it's black and white down a corridor, although Troughton did some black and white, didn't he?
Oh, all black and white.
Yeah, that was all black and white, right, so, but it was, I'm pretty sure it was Hartnell, I don't know what channel it was on. But it's funny, isn't it, with Doctor Who, how you're just sort of aware, culturally, things like TARDIS and Dalek,
And it's referenced so much.
You know what it is, yeah.
Since we've been doing it, it pops up all over the place. It's really, a weird excitement whenever it's mentioned.
I know that Matt turned to Stephen there to ask about William Hartnell. Is it fair to say that you're an anorak, and do you wear that anorak with pride, Stephen?
I did definitive, original, possibly oldest anorak. I don't know, I'm actually older than Doctor Who. I've been an absolute fan since I was a kid. I remember I grew up watching it. I sort of got into television in the hope that I would one day get to write Doctor Who. And I remember I became, for a brief moment, quite a big hit in children's television. I thought, this is it, I'll put myself up to write an episode of Doctor Who. The acts did more or less that afternoon. In 1989, I missed by about 10 minutes. Ironically enough, I later discovered that both Russell and I were chasing to do an episode of Doctor Who back then. And in fear and panic, they struck it from the air. They have since got a spectacular and sustained revenge.
So this, in many ways, for you, this is a dream come true for you, Stephen.
Yeah, it is actually. Absolutely a dream come true.
Matt, a dream come true for you to be playing the Doctor?
Yeah, gosh, I mean, you know, it's going to be part of my career and my life. It's just every day is a true adventure actually, and it's as a sort of acting challenge. The stakes are always so high that you know it's constantly offering you new ways of rethinking your imagination as an actor. So I love it. I really, you know.
And Steve, these 3 stars have thrilled millions of us on television. What's so special about this group of individuals who have become television icons?
Well, they're all incredibly special actors to start with, separately, individually, before they had anything to do with us. And they're all, you know, they're all proper leads and all properly funny, which is even rarer. But what you have now, after this time of working together so intensively, and in such a range of situations that Doctor Who offers, you know, I mean, you know, forget it all, but look what you get to do on this. They become such an efficient acting machine. They're so well on with each other, they understand each other so well that, you know, sometimes you get what is pretty much the finished performance at the read-through. We just did a read-through for episode 1 before 5 last night, and it was You know, some of them are just perfect. So that's what you get. And it is funny now because there are three people I know well, but when I see them up on the screen like that, it's so iconically Doctor Who.
Okay, let's take a look. Go.
He has a name, but the people of our world know